What a night.
That was crazy.
Oh.
What Jake said.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You know what? Give me that.
What a night. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Week 8 edition of the Recap Show. Thank you for staying up late with us. This is the late night edition. We talk high school football, we talk wiles, we talk reactions, we talk upsets, we talk big time winners. And we find out who might have clinched their spot for a first round bye, Gary Swallow. We had a big one tonight, boy. What a semi-final atmosphere that was, my friend.
That was awesome. Best game I've seen this year.
Hey, we got 19 of you already in the chat with us. How about you hit the like, hit the share? It's going to be a wild ride because I got some games right here, and I got some shake-ups. I got some statements. I got some contenders that have emerged on the scene, Mr. Swallow. Are you ready for
ready.
Friday Night Recap Show?
I'm ready. I'm ready because I got some wows. I got some excitement about the game that we covered, plus our alma mater that we talked about.
Oh,
yeah, man, we got some stuff to talk about tonight.
Man, would anybody believe me if I said I picked Basil Wednesday night, and then after the show I went off the air and said, you know what, I got a gut feeling Pooh Barry might win this game, I'm changing my pick. You think they would believe me if I said I changed my pick?
Probably not.
Probably not, but we
we
know
know
the
what
deal.
happened.
We know the deal. But big time winners on Thursday night, big time winners on Friday night. Boy, you had game of the year caliber games all over the state, Gary.
All up and down.
All over the state. Give me some of that sausage over there, my
get
friend.
over there, man.
I mean, the Grove.
Eat some food,
The
man.
Grove tonight
hooked us
treated
up.
us with some gumbo, some homemade sausage.
Mm-hmm. And they're all good too. We got a little bit of everything, so it's all good.
We stayed a little bit later than we usually do at football games because you're talking about some great folks out there in Bunkie, Louisiana that know how to feed a crew.
You're right.
But we see you in the chat. I know there's some fired up people around the state right now. Hey, if you had a big win tonight, let us know in the chat. Shout out your favorite team. Who got a big win tonight? Let us know in the comments, ladies and gentlemen.
See my Red Devils? Mm-hmm.
Gary, maybe playoff bound.
First step towards doing that, and I'm going to tell you, all across the board, great night for a lot of high schools that, are just starting to distance themselves and spread apart from the pack and the districts to show their leadership. We got some good games coming up. We got some good games tonight. But, man, the next 2 weeks, look out, buddy.
Gary Swallow.
Yes, sir.
Undefeated no more. We guaranteed to lose 2 of those undefeateds. But wouldn't I tell you, there was a huge upset tonight that one of the unbeatens went down tonight, my friend. We're going to talk about it.
Talk about it, yeah.
So we talked about Game of the Year calibers, ladies and gentlemen. How about that STM Turlings one? Boy, that rivalry lived up to the hype tonight. Cool, what a game.
Hard to beat STM at home. And, man, everybody told me, they said, oh, Turling's got a shot, best Turling teams ever. How did that one turn out?
Gary, you got district championships that happened tonight. You also have district championships that are now set into place next week and also Friday. What about Karen Crow Acadiana for the district title next week because they both took care of business tonight?
Yes, that's unbelievable. It's setting up to be a shootout, fireworks all across between next week and the following week, the last week of the season. Man, can you imagine? It is going to be unbelievable.
Gary, the #1 ranked team in the state of Louisiana, they look pretty good tonight.
Yes,
Speaking of #1, we spoke on Gina earlier. Let's talk about St. Mary's now. I see coaches in the chat right now. They get a big win tonight over Montgomery. Shutout win. Guess what? Another district championship set up next Thursday night from NSU.
Right.
Logan Sports St. Mary's for the district title. Come on now.
Can't get no better than that. All you can say is, wow, let it happen, baby.
Gary, Iowa, St. Louis next week. You better get there early, folks. Hey, They've been having that one circled for a whole year in that Saint locker room. And I know Iowa wants to defend that district crown.
Yeah.
Get ready, Gary.
Yeah.
Fireworks.
It's going to be great. It's going to be exciting. Man, can't wait to see it. It's going to be just, like I said, if tonight's game that we covered was anything like what the other ones are going to be, it's going to be, man, the atmosphere was just so beautiful.
Gary, it was semi-final atmosphere good.
You're
the
right.
score does not reflect how good that football game actually was.
Nope.
You had some things at the end that made the score a little bit further away, but what an environment, what a game that we got to cover.
Right. You got two great teams. Luckily, they won't meet in the playoffs because they're going to be split in, the select and non-select.
Yes.
So, man, I just can't wait to see how far these two teams can go.
A robbery in the making.
Right. Most definitely. Most definitely.
Somebody said, how about them Kaplan Pirates? How about them
it?
Kaplan Pirates? Coach Brody, holla at your boy. Kaplan Pirates in the driver's seat for the district title.
Definitely.
Week 10,
Yes.
Russo Trophy.
Right.
Put it to the side.
District
How
title.
about you go play for a district title instead?
That's right. Oh, better yet, why don't you do it both?
Why don't you play for both?
That's it. Play for both. Isn't it awesome?
2 times. We're
Man.
the Ric Flair.
That's it. Hey, yeah.
Woo! What else is going on tonight? Braden says, "What's up, gentlemen? How did I know PB would be the first thing y'all talked about?" Hey,
Well,
we didn't talk about it.
We just
showed-
wore. Yeah,
we just wore
we
it.
just wore something with it.
Yes, indeed. Let's
Yeah,
see.
in case you missed it, you see this is what it looks like.
Put it away.
Yeah,
We got a tough one next week with Iota.
yeah, we do.
Miss Tammy says, "How about them Oberlin Tigers?" Woo!
Yeah, buddy.
What a beat down in E-Town tonight,
That's
ladies
right.
and gentlemen. Oberlin, they still control their own destiny in that district race 2 weeks in a row. The Tigers are hot right now, Gary.
Yep, they are going to be a force to be reckoned with. Look out. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. That's all I can say.
Dutch says, Karen Crow, big win indeed. You needed every bit of those 2 points to knock off a game, Sam Houston, tonight, my friend.
Right, and we figured when we talked about it Wednesday, we thought that was going to be a real close game because those two ball clubs are actually playing well, and it lived up to the hype.
49-47, what
Right.
an escape on
Right.
the road. What a shootout.
Oh yeah, it's like anything you can do, I can do better. That's exactly what their mentality was.
Hey, I predicted the score to be somewhere in the 68-40 range. Type of deal Wednesday night, but hey, this one's even better.
It was even closer.
You can talk about this one and have a little fun with it because that's a heartbreaker to lose of a football game.
Anytime you lose by 2, something close like that, that's just it's gut wrenching.
Brayden says East St. John could not handle Terrebonne up front tonight. Big win for them. That is a big win indeed. Down goes East St. John. A week too early, my friend. We wanted to see undefeated East St. John versus undefeated Destrehan next week, and we don't get it.
No,
We
that's
get a 7-1 versus 8-0 though.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be interesting.
Coach Josh says Red River over Winfield tonight. We head to Manny next Friday night. Winner takes all for the district title. Hey,
Can't ask for better than that.
this is one of their years where you can get that Tiger program. This isn't the Tiger program of we're accustomed to, but they are trending back in that right direction.
They're getting there. Yes, sir.
Welsh is still rolling. How about 6 in a row for Welsh, my friend? They started out 0-2 to start this season. Now on a 6-game win streak. Can they somehow go knock off Notre Dame? That would be the question mark. But what a run. 6 in a row. I know Miss Lori is one happy camper right now.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely.
Braden says Turlings Catholic was up 34-28 with 5 minutes left in the game and had a 4th and goal after 1. Instead of kicking a field goal to go up 2 possessions, they went for it and missed. STM drove 99 yards to win the football game. Hit it.
Wow, man. You can't you cannot let points just go away. You can't think about it. You got to think about making it a two possession game. That was a mistake, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it's hard to beat STM at home.
At Cougar Stadium.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, that was
Take the points.
take the
Take
points.
the points and
Take
run.
the points and run. You're right. Oh my goodness.
Put it on black.
That's gonna come back and haunt them. You know.
Spin that roulette
yeah,
table.
it's gonna be. Oh my God.
Mr. Vest checking into the chat tonight says, "Go Jackets, go Jackets indeed!" Because next Friday night, Iowa St. Louis, my friend.
Yep.
Big time game at Jacket Field next week. What is the name of it? Is it E.D. Douglas Memorial, or am I thinking of another stadium?
I don't remember.
Oh,
I'll be honest with you.
we'll get cool.
We had my
Mr.
brain is
Vest.
so fried right now with all of the scores and stuff. I can't think of nothing.
Mr. Kyle says, "How about that Central Zachary game?" Yes.
Yes.
Central is here to stay, my friend. What
Right.
Coach Semino has done in year 1, watch out for year 2 and 3 and 4. He will
It's
have
gonna
that.
be-
He will have that team in that Superdome in the next few years.
Oh, it won't be long. You know, he's got the personnel with him, the kids around there. If they can, you know, basically.
You got to win the big one now.
Come in and buy into that
I think they
philosophy
have bought
that he
in,
has.
Gary.
Guess what? The sky's the limit for
Yes,
that.
indeed. Now you just got to go win the big one.
That's right.
Back-to-back weeks, you prove that you're here to stay. You prove that you can play with the big dogs of the Catholic BRs and the Zacharys. But back-to-back weeks, you just fall short.
They'll be short.
And that's something that you can put and challenge your team. Hey, let's go and win a game like this.
Correct.
Watch what happens.
Correct.
Coach is doing a great job over there, but Zachary and Coach Brew find a way to win a big-time game at home this week. Watch out. Zachary undefeated. That nobody's talking about how good they are.
You're right. Gonna be interesting.
Coach Stomps checking into the chat tonight. Hello, Coach. Westminster Chargers of Lafayette travel to Montgomery High next week, but tonight is the night. Westminster defeats Lafayette Renaissance 28-18. Go Chargers. Yes,
Go ahead.
indeed, Coach.
You're
Enjoy
right.
your weekend. Enjoy the win. Tell all the guys in the locker room we said hello and congratulations. Holly Mae, Brayton says, if we don't get a picture of you two in those PB helmets on the site, I need to talk to Holly about it.
I just replied.
Uh-oh. Coach Kirk checking into the check. How about them Red Devils? Party and PB. Burn the city down,
That's
Gary.
right, man.
We're
2
going
in
to
a row.
We're going to the playoffs.
That's right. 2 wins in a row. Oh my
The
God.
on-jail era is underway.
That's
Year
right.
1.
I can't say anything more than I'm so proud of my hometown. They've completely turned around. They bought into what he's putting together over there. I'm just so happy.
Gary, Mr. Robbie says, Vermilion Catholic scored 57 points tonight and only had 2 first downs all game.
Oh my God.
What the hell he said? 2 first downs,
2 first downs
and 57 points. Screaming Eagles, they flying high. It's getting ready for playoff time.
And they
Watch
going.
out for Vermilion Catholic again.
They may well be back in the hunt.
Yes, indeed. I love that Screaming Eagle football
Yeah.
team, especially after last year, but they're 8-0 again
Right.
at this point of the season.
That is so awesome.
Mr. Jesse checking into the chat. Oak Grove legend himself. Another 42-point win for Oak Grove against Madison Parish without several starters. I mean, you got a lot of talent over there. You played a tough schedule up to this point, so and you're going to go win those district games now.
Oak Grove is a team to be reckoned with. Look out.
Everett says, go Oakdale Warriors. Big win for the Warriors tonight.
Yeah, buddy.
Mr. Dustin checking into the chat saying, how about them Gina Giants? How about them Gina Giants? I think they heard me over there.
Yeah,
Gina.
boy, I tell you what, man. Great showing tonight. I want to commend Gina traveled to Bunkie. They had people standing room only, man. They had people.
They brought their lawn chairs.
Oh yeah.
They were in for a treat because their team,
Unbelievable.
Their team in that second quarter their team in that fourth quarter.
Flexed. They
Wow.
flexed. It was like they were
Wow.
showing it up. They flexed their muscles.
Watch out for the number one ranked
Look,
team in the state of Louisiana when we get to the playoff brackets.
Yeah, they got some special people over there, and I'm gonna tell you, their athletes are awesome. I can't take anything away from Bucky,
Yes,
but
yes.
Gina did a great job.
Jesse E. Cady Memorial Stadium is Iowa. I don't know where I was thinking. Eddie Doug. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's Kaplan.
Capital, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
I had Kaplan on my mind, my friend. And then we look at the 0-7 teams, Gary.
Right.
We had 4 of them playing this week. Somebody was going to get a first win.
Right.
Congratulations to West St. Mary.
Correct.
A big win tonight over Delcom.
Right.
Congratulations to that program. Get their win this week. And also, Nish gets a big win over Como tonight.
Right.
So, big time wins. Get their
Right.
first win of the season. I know those seniors
Mhm.
feel really good tonight.
Right. You know, anytime you can get your first win, whether it's, Owen, however many, it always feels something special to get that first W.
Miss Lori said the kids are happy with the homecoming win. Coach Brody said, how about them Pirates?
You right.
Driver's seat, shift gears to week 10. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that so much as I can't explain it.
Gary Swallow.
Yes.
What a show. What a show we
Yeah.
have indeed. Uh-oh.
Oh, well, let's see.
Let's see here. I got Brady in the chat saying, unfortunately, another game called due to an incident with a fighting on the field. We was close to escalation at the end of ours.
Yeah.
Great job by the coaching staff getting everything in check at the end. But he says, Sterlington was leading 28-0 over Northwestern with 3 minutes in the third quarter when a brawl broke out and head coach from Northwestern was ejected.
Wow.
Okay. Brayden, any other interesting news around the state of Louisiana that happened tonight? Please free to share with us, my friend.
Right. I mean, that's, guys, I don't know what all transpired, but, we got to keep our head and not let it get to that point.
Gary, you're too late into the season.
Yeah.
You got playoffs around the corner. You cannot afford suspensions this late into the season.
Oh, you're right. I mean, you can't do that. I mean, that, like I said, I don't know what all happened, but that's something that we have to as adults, we have to put our heads together. I mean, I know I lose my
It's an
temper
emotional
sometimes,
sport,
but
Darren.
you can't let that get to you like that. I mean,
But
that's
it's
just something you have to
teaching
do.
moments in the locker room
Right.
saying, hey, it can be over that fast.
That quick.
Yes.
It's like an injury. I mean, we have we have the knowledge of a few students from this area that are out for the season, and seniors that tore something, broke something, this, that, and the other, and they're out for the season, so they'll never get back on that field.
Right.
Because as well as I do, not everybody's going to be playing college ball, and so this is it's a shame to see something like that.
Gary, anybody has a question in the chat for the panel, we will answer it here tonight. Question came up. Central's ranking right now. Will they get into the playoffs? They came into tonight as ranked number 20. They lost to an undefeated Zachary football team. That's not going to hurt them at all.
Won't hurt them at all.
I think they're in.
Right.
I think no matter what happens these next few weeks, I think they're in power rankings wise.
Right. Central's been playing really good, and they've had the schedule. So I think no matter what happens, they're going to be doing good. And it's you can't hang your head whenever you lose to Zachary, because look at what Zachary is tough.
Cody says that the Ritter Eunice game was an amazing one. Absolutely 1-point thriller
Very
of a
good.
win for Eunice. Sets up a district championship game with Leesville next week, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Let's see what else is going on here. Jazz checking into the chat. Says Peabody with a big 45-16 win over Grant, currently sitting at 6-2 Number 8 in Division II power rankings after going 0-10 2 seasons ago.
Right.
Gary, 2 weeks in a row, Peabody has been one of the state's most talked about teams, especially what they did last week. And now they come and put their foot on the gas pedal, and another impressive win.
Right.
What Harry Coleman is doing over there, they believe that they are a football school also, and
Right.
brick by brick, they're proving it week in and week out.
Let me tell you something. He's developed the attitude over there that we can win. And those kids are buying into it, and they're believing in him. He's what they needed.
Yes.
He is what they needed to start them off. Now, will it last? I think it will. As long as he's there and involved in that program, look out. The sky's the limit.
Yeah, he came in with a vision, and his vision is slowly opening up, and you're seeing the results.
Right.
So,
Look out, Peabody. Peabody is going to be a force to be reckoned with. From now
congratulations,
forward.
my friend. They might lock up a first-round playoff
Right.
bye
They may.
if they keep winning.
Yes.
If they're sitting number 8 right now, they might lock up a first-round bye.
Right.
Wow, what a statement that would be.
That has come. They've turned that program from, and I don't want to say this with, but a week, almost a laughing stock, because they've never been known as a football school.
Correct.
Now they have the respect because now they're a football school.
Showed promise last
Yes.
year. A lot of turning the right direction, and then the next season, this season, they sitting 6-2, one of the hottest teams in that area.
You're
now.
right. You're right. You're 100% right.
What else is going on? And how about Lakeshore head football coach Brent Indes picked up his 200th career win as a head football coach tonight? Congratulations. We know Coach.
Great job.
He coached down here, brought a couple teams to state titles. Coach, congratulations on number 200, my friend. Wesley says, what about Gina? Oh, we saw a good Gina tonight.
Gina was hitting on all cylinders.
I tell you what, that number 1, that number 7, that number 22, big time players.
Right. You got speed this way, speed all around, and power up the gut. So I mean, you can pick and choose whichever one you want. Great program. Looking, like I said, we saw a great game today. 2 very good schools. Gina is a force to be reckoned with. They're not number 1 in the state for nothing.
Absolutely. They might have locked up home
field
field advantage
Right.
throughout the playoffs tonight. 2 more for you, Gary. Kinder with a big win. Love to see those guys get a big win
Right.
tonight
Oh,
after
yeah.
a rough few weeks.
Correct.
Congratulations.
Setting up something special.
Huge win for those guys.
Yeah.
And then a comment says, shout out to Seth Smith, a freshman quarterback at Port Barry. Stepped up in place of Titus Metrojohn tonight. You knew the storyline all
Right.
week, Gary. Port Barry came in like this. The quarterback, which is playing like an all-district quarterback at this moment, came in with a concussion. He can't play Friday.
Right.
The starting cornerback kicked off the team this week. The starting defensive tackle got injured during practice. I think he was a game-time decision. The starting safety was suspended for a quarter. A lot of adversity hit this program this week, and they still took it as a way to go win a football game and put yourself into the playoffs because the seniors deserve it.
Right, most definitely.
They stuck it out through all the bad years. They deserve it, and God bless it. I think they're going to get in.
I'm a Red Devil through and through.
And if nobody knows why we're talking so much about them, that's where we graduated
Right,
from.
we were both
Fort Barry alums.
Seeing the students buy in, seeing the people, injuries are, pretty much a part of football. You're going to go in there, you're going to play your heart out, you're going to get hurt, you're going to have a boo-boo, and it depends on how fast you can come back from it. But, we have kids that are actually buying into the philosophy that Coach Angel is putting forth. And I think he is going to be a big part of Port Barry going forward. because his attitude is actually getting through to the kids. They're actually buying in on his philosophy. Look out, man.
Loves them kids.
Yes, loves the kids. He stands behind his kids, but he's tough on them. He's not afraid to discipline them. He's not afraid to let them know what he expects, and I admire that in him.
Braden said you could talk about it when you get to the game if you want to wait, but how was the atmosphere in Bunkie? Sounded and looked great. Wow.
Wow is right. That was
Garrett.
a state quarterfinal or maybe even a semifinal atmosphere. It was unbelievable.
Gary, it was loud in there too.
It was.
The energy for pregame, the energy before the opening kick, and then the energy throughout was nuts.
Right, man.
You could hear Gino on the other side, a passionate fan base indeed. You were sitting right in the middle of Bunkie, and when things were going good, boy, you couldn't hear yourself. You couldn't hear yourself talk.
You're right. You're right.
But you looked around, the Grove was packed ever since we got there. We got there about 4:30 this afternoon, and when we say you better get there early, it came into fruition tonight because it was a packed house, standing room only.
Right. Well,
it's not the biggest stadiums in the world, but they packed that sucker to the T.
At one point, Jordy actually scanned from one part of the visitor side all the way down. They had chairs, and they were standing all the way from the back part of the end zone line on the side, all the way through to the bleachers, all the way around into the Grove, and all the way down on the home side. So it was a big horseshoe.
Yeah. Thank you.
It was unbelievable.
Thank you to the administration. Thank you to the coaching staff for allowing us to be there tonight.
It was awesome, Coach.
Thank you to the Grove for feeding us.
Yeah, we talked to Coach afterwards, and
Definitely won't be our last time there.
no, he was so excited about us coming. He thanked us a lot, and we look forward to going back. That's some good people over there.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your hospitality.
Also, thank you to the hospitality from Thursday night. Livonia High School
allowed us to go and cover their game this past week. Administration and head football coach, Coach Laborde, thank y'all very much from the bottom of our hearts. First ever trip to Livonia.
Right.
We appreciate the opportunity to cover y'all football game this week. Crawley, though, Gary,
Right.
was the statement of the night on Thursday of
Right.
how Omar Butler looked.
One person who was out, was it for the Abbeville game?
Yes.
And man, showed the difference in
Played
the
running back
oh,
all
man.
season, lined up at quarterback this week, and wow, what an unbelievable talent Mr. Butler is.
He had 3 passing touchdowns. He had 2 rushing touchdowns. Over 500 yards combined just by himself.
Right.
The kid is special, and I was glad to finally see him up close and personal.
Right, I agree.
Crawley gets their first win of the season, Gary, 45-28. Another one of those where it was close throughout. And then Crawley had a big fourth quarter and put this game away. But this game started out like this. Crawley scored on the second play of the game. They kicked it off. Livonia scored on that very first play.
Right.
That's when we knew we were in for a treat.
Right, it's unbelievable.
Crawley's first 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. Livonia's first 3 possessions, touchdowns. It was special night. I know it didn't finish the way we thought it would with the score being out of reach, but thank y'all for the opportunity. Give those kids those exposure they deserve.
Right, most definitely. Great kids, great athletes.
Marksville rolled over Bolton late Thursday night. Gary Swallow 56-0. Southern Lab came and knocked off Avoyos 42-8.
Whoa.
Church Point, no problems with Ville Platte 40-8. Notre Dame's all over DeQuincy 42-3. Rain, big homecoming win, I think it was, over Washington Marion 43-0. And then Jennings, they red hot, Gary. They're red hot.
Look out, Jennings.
49-8 over Westlake.
Yeah.
And then Catholic in New Iberia, tone setting Thursday night, 49-12 over Franklin, my friend.
Yeah, that was some great Thursday night games. Kind of went the way that we expected it. But man, let me tell you something. They got some good athletes and good players that really shined a little bit.
Gary, how did you go Thursday night?
I went 8-0. I actually picked all.
Gary, how many games did we pick on Wednesday night?
Oh, God. We picked 48. Yeah.
48 games. Gary, would you like to share with the audience watching right now how many games that you got wrong this week?
If you want, 4.
How many?
4.
4. Is that a record?
I think so.
Good.
For me, it is. I don't know about y'all, but I mean, for me, that's the best
God
I've ever
almighty,
done.
Gary. 44-4
Right.
record this week.
Yeah, 3 4s. 4, 4, and 4.
I tell you what, I wouldn't even close to that. I had a piss poor week.
Well,
You better go get you a scratch off after this.
I'm going. The first thing in the morning, I'm going to buy me a lottery ticket because I something's got to give. Hopefully, I'll be a millionaire.
44-4. Brady
Yep.
says you need to pick my lotto numbers for tomorrow. Hey, Friday Night Football, like we said, West St. Mary got a big win tonight over Delcom 14-8. Congratulations to the Wolfpack.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely.
Nish Como, that was a good one tonight over there in New Iberia. 28-21. Nish gets their first win of the season. Congratulations to those guys for sure. Oakdale steamrolled Pickering tonight. The losing streak continues another week for
Right,
Pickering.
yeah. Tough
53-0. Oakdale starting to get back clicking a little bit here.
Yeah. Mikey is the offensive coordinator over there. He's one of my former students. I've been knowing him all my life. Very good friend of mine. I know his whole family. And he's doing a wonderful job as offensive coordinator over there.
Gary, Iota controls their own destiny at this
Correct.
point. They get a win tonight, 57-0 over Mamu. Here's how they control their own destiny. They lost to Northwest a couple weeks ago. Northwest lost to Church Point. Iota goes beat Church Point. Hey, we got a three-way tie going into the playoffs, and nobody likes ties,
Right.
Gary. You know that Church Point wants to win it outright, but
Right.
Iota still has an opportunity.
They still have a
Watch
chance.
out for that game against Church Point down the road.
That's going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight.
It was last year.
Yeah.
Get ready. Gary Swallow, Northwest, all over Pine Prairie tonight, 42-6.
Yeah.
We look at Northwest. They still waiting to see that Iota and Church Point football game
Right.
week 10, if I'm not mistaken. So they could be a part of that three-way split. So
Right.
they just twiddling their fingers right now,
Right.
waiting to see what happens when that game finishes, but could end up in a three-way split.
Yeah. That's going to be hard, because like you said, nobody wants a tie, nobody wants a split, especially a three-way split. But, it happens.
OC, happy homecoming, 50-0 over North Central tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Brobridge, all over Beauchamp tonight, 35-0. Brobridge, 2 wins in a row.
You're right.
Tigers got hot at the end of the year, last year,
Mhm.
but now you start to see them here earlier before they get to the playoffs, week 8.
Yeah.
Brobridge is going to try to seal a playoff spot and go for another quarterfinal push like last year.
Yeah.
Where we at, Mr. Swallow?
VC.
VC. Oh, we talked about that VC game. Somebody said 2 first downs.
2 first downs.
57-14. Screaming Eagles
Man.
moved to 8-0.
Watch it, man. 2 first downs and just boom, boom. I mean, good.
Gary, I put them in my top 5 this week.
Yeah.
Looking pretty
Looking
good at
pretty
this
good
point.
right now. You're right.
Northside all over North Vermilion tonight, 42-15. I did not see this score being this lopsided after the way North Vermilion played Westgate a week ago.
Right.
But what a win for the Vikings.
Right.
This is one of those program wins that can really shoot you into the next future of Northside might be back.
Right. And they're playing good ball. And they just pretty much did the job. They really did.
So big win for the Vikings indeed. Kinder gets back in their winning ways. Hey, they needed this one badly. After 4 in a row, I know it feels good to get back in the win column. They're back to 500. They're kind of sitting in that middle of the pack of the playoff rankings right now. So
Right.
we'll see where they end up after week 10, my friend. But I
Right.
think Kinder's going to get in to the playoffs,
Yeah.
especially with a win tonight. 33-15. Congratulations
Next
to
2
the
weeks
Yellow
are going to be
Jacks.
important for them.
Westminster, ladies and gentlemen, 23-14 over Sacred Heart tonight. A few of us went Sacred Heart
Right.
after the way they played St. Ed's last
Right.
week. Thought maybe they can go on the road and knock off of Westminster. But when you talk about the most improved teams in the area, I give
That's
you
one
2.
of them.
Fort Barry, Westminster are your top two
Top
in
two,
my
right.
book of how they turn around seasons and what a tremendous job first year coaches are doing.
Right, I'll agree with you on that, but I think Westminster is just they're starting to believe in themselves again.
Yeah.
And it's
Next
looking good.
week, can they go knock off St. Ed's?
It's possible.
It's possible. Thursday night football next week.
Yes,
we'll
sir.
see if the Crusaders got another district win in them. But the way they're playing and the way they're believing, watch out.
Yeah, look out.
Barb all over Lafayette tonight, 30-7. When do we start looking at this Barb offense saying, hey, man, they're pretty good?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they've surprised me. But man, they have to think about focusing on their district because man, they have a tough district.
I mean,
dude.
but if you're middle of the pack good
Yeah.
right now, that's promise for the
promise
future.
for the future. That's what it's about. And they
Because
just
you got two teams that are on a collision course in Acadiana and Carencro.
Carencro, yeah, that's the way it's looking. But yeah, Barb, they did what they had to do tonight.
Iowa gets a big road win tonight, 36-22 over Lake Charles College. Prep, not the best years for Prep, Gary. Not what we're accustomed to seeing these guys. We're used to seeing these guys compete for district titles and making deep playoff runs. Not their best seasons.
Right. This year's a major rebuild for them in my eyes, and I'm gonna tell you,
They played a tough schedule.
They're playing. Well, they play a tough schedule almost every year. I mean, it's tough. But
This one has been
this
brutal.
one has been brutal for them. Yeah, but great job for Iowa.
Iowa, St. Louis. I'll say it all night, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
that's coming up. Look out.
I'll keep saying it. Whew.
That's gonna be awesome.
If you're a football fan, that's the one to be at next week. You know what, Mr. Nick Simmons?
I know Nick Simmons.
Hey, Mr. Swallow, how about them PB Red Devils?
Yes, sir. I know Nick Simmons is one of my good friends, former student. Love him to death. And yeah, Nick, those Red Devils, they getting better.
You know what else I forgot about tonight?
What's that?
Prep's quarterback is now at Iowa.
That's true.
Played against his former team.
Right. I forgot about
Forgot
that.
about that. Interesting storyline there, Mr. Swallow.
Yes.
Abbeville Wildcats with Coach Moy and the group over there. They have their eyes on the crown for that district championship. One win away for setting up a winner-take-all in Week 10.
Right. One way.
If they don't get a win next week, it sets up a shot for a three-way tie.
Right.
But how fun would calling a Week 10 Russo Trophy / district championship game?
That would be awesome, and it's possible.
And it's at
It's
Abbeville.
at Abbeville. That's right.
Gary, Abbeville tonight, 20-6 over ERAF. That big red defense for Abbeville, still damn good.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. They're one of the stingiest defensive I've seen in high school sports.
Coach Mark, congratulations. Go get a big win next week. We'll see a Week 10 district championship.
That's
game.
right. And we'll be calling it and letting everybody know what's going on.
Welsh tonight, they said the rivalry was renewed. Greyhounds had different plans tonight all over Lake Arthur tonight. 55-0.
Oh, my goodness.
What a
goodness,
statement of
shutout.
a win for the Greyhounds. 6 in a row, Gary Swallow. Greyhounds get another win.
You know,
They're red hot.
they're smoking. They're cooking on all cylinders, man. I'm going to tell you right now, it's unbelievable.
You know who else is red hot right now? It took a team from Texas to knock off the Swag Surfing Saints themselves, my friend.
You're right.
One of the best defenses in the entire state, in my opinion. But in my opinion, doesn't matter. Because I'm just a fool that talks sports on Wednesdays and Friday nights,
That's
my
right.
friend.
But they
St.
did it.
Louis.
They're setting up a big game.
And they have set up a huge one next week. My God.
Can't wait to see it. And call it. And do it.
Yeah, we might be there.
Yeah.
Might be there.
Yeah, might be there.
We'll see.
If we're lucky enough.
Coach Brock Mathern, what he's done in his short time there at St. Louis is remarkable.
Right.
And he's got that staff. He's got those players. He's got that community believing that they can go win a state title this year. But God bless it. Why don't we believe they can go win a state title this year? Because I do.
I think they can myself.
The big one is next week.
Right. That's
Get
gonna be
past
the first.
Iowa next week is going to answer all the questions you need.
Correct.
Eunice DeRitter, Game of the Year caliber, 21-20. Bobcats escape. Bobcats still in contention for another district title.
Right.
Leesville, next week.
That's right. That's
But
coming.
what a win for the Bobcats at home tonight, Gary.
Most definitely. That was a shootout. The Ritter came in, gave them everything they wanted, but Eunice prevailed.
And we thought this one would be the district championship game, but the way Leesville's been playing here lately, might be winner take all next week.
You're right. You're right.
St. Ed's Catholic Appointed P, we said stop Johnson. You can win this football game. I'm not sure how the game prevailed. They might have slowed it down a little bit. And Catholic Appointed P at home, too much, too strong. You know what Appointed P did?
What they
They
do?
kept themselves in position for that district title tie because St. Ed's OC will meet week 10.
Correct. That's going to be it. And the one, depending on who wins that game will determine if it's a tie or if it's an outright win.
Or, hear me out.
No?
If Westminster beats St. Ed's next week,
Ooh,
throw it all out
throw
the
it all
window,
out of whack, yeah.
and you give OC outright district champs.
Mm-hmm. And that's OC's going to be tough. St. Ed's is tough. Point Capee is tough.
And Westminster.
And Westminster's showing some progress that they're coming in. Look out. You don't know what's going to happen.
OC's still the favorite.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
How about them Pirates? Next matchup, Gary. Kaplan, St. Martinville. We said it on Wednesday night. You gotta go slay the Giant if you want to be the district champs. How brilliant. How much of a genius was a move here. How about we set up the district champs from last year and who's ruled this district
Oh,
in
yeah.
St. Martinville.
They've been
Let's
on
set
top.
them up for homecoming night and give us a little bit more to play for. A little bit extra step in our footing on Friday night.
Walk, yeah.
Gary, it was a brilliant move, and it paid off, and Kaplan survives at home in what should have been game of the year.
Oh, yeah, most
You
definitely.
had to go slay the Giant. You had them at home. You had homecoming night. Gary, if you don't believe in the Pirates, boy, you better do now because they're 7-1.
I know it. Isn't it awesome?
Wow.
That was crazy. What was the score, George?
Final score 36-32. The Pirates. I think the Pirates are guaranteed at least a share of the district title.
Man, let me tell you something. That shows me that St. Martinville is still a force to be reckoned with. But, man, how about them Pirates?
How about them Pirates,
That's
Gary?
awesome.
How about week 10?
Yeah.
How many times are we going to say
We're going to say week 10. Look
week
out.
10 tonight. How many
Yeah.
times? Miss Alicia says, them Westminster Christian Academy Satyrs showed up and showed out tonight.
Yes, yes.
Great win.
I'm
Absolutely.
excited for those guys.
Hey, Loreauville all over Ascension Episcopal tonight. Not many of us saw it Wednesday night
Yeah.
the way AE was playing here lately.
Right.
But Loreauville, it's like they're up and down, Gary. We
Right.
can't figure them out. One week we pick them, we lose. The next week we go against them, they win.
there.
Flip a coin next week, I guess.
That's, yeah, got to do something. I mean, I can't read them.
Can't read them, but what a win. What a win indeed for the
They
Tiger
did lose.
program. On the road, 30-9. That's a
9.
statement right there, my friend.
You right.
Blow the whistle. You want another statement, my friend?
Yes, this one is good.
Oberlin Tigers, 2 weeks in a row. You go and kick the door down and say, don't forget about us in this district race. Gary,
You're right.
they kicked the damn door down.
They sure did. They put their foot through it, I think.
Through the door 2 weeks in a row. Oberlin goes into Elton tonight and knocked off Elton 59-16.
Wow!
Wow! What a win!
You're right. Oakland is a force to be reckoned with. They don't have a lot of numbers on their team, but boy, they
play hard.
They play hard. Yes, they do.
First year coach over there, Coach Kurt Ware. What a job he's done in year one. Hey, watch out. Oberlin controls their own destiny.
Look out for their future. With a coach like that and a philosophy like that, look out. They're going to start filling up that team, and they're going to have a lot of people playing for them.
How does this district race look now?
Oh,
Okay.
man, it's crazy.
Westminster. Basile has the one loss to Oberlin.
Right?
Elton has been eliminated from the race tonight
Mm-hmm.
with 2 losses. East Beauregard has 1 loss to Elton.
Mm-hmm.
They're still in the race. Oberlin has 1 loss to East Beauregard. They're still in the race. So we have a 3-way tie now.
Actually, 4. Doesn't Basile have just one loss?
Basile, Oberlin, and East Bow, with Elton being eliminated tonight.
Okay.
I think East Bow might play who next week?
I don't know.
Somebody, if you want to figure it out in the chat for us, let us know. But East Bow, Basile, week 10, somebody will be eliminated then.
Yes.
Who's Oberlin got next week? That will be something we'll have to find out in the chat.
That's going to be interesting. All we know is that that's a
tight race.
That's a tight race
And
right
it's
there.
coming down to week 10.
Yep.
We'll see if it's going to be a 3-way split. We'll see if it's going to be a 2-way tie, or we're going to see if it's going to be an outright district title that night.
Mm-hmm.
Huge implications down the road. Gary, A-Meat starting to find their groove all over Albany tonight, 38-3.
Tell you what, man.
Warriors, don't let them get hot.
Yeah, don't let Amy get hot. They're gonna wake up some people.
How about Holly's Lock of the Week, ladies and gentlemen? 7-1 on Lock of the Weeks now. Braden, Holly is 7-1 on Lock of the Weeks. Gary Swallow,
I know.
this one was a gutsy call.
This was.
It was 5-2 Central Catholic at 6-1 Hanson Memorial. We thought Central Catholic was the better football team here, but you had to go into Hanson Memorial and win this game, so it's not guaranteed.
Right.
Holly said, the hell with it. Lock it in. We said, you know what? We trust you.
Yeah.
You're 6-1. We'll go with you. We'll see.
We all did,
We'll
too.
see if you go 7-1. And guess what the panel did, Gary?
We all
the
went with it.
panel locked it in, and Holly's Lock of the Week is good.
That's right.
Congratulations, Holly.
Central Catholic
Central Catholic beats Hanson Memorial 29-8.
Wow.
Wow.
Ooh, that's one of my teams.
Hamilton Christian is who East Bow got next week, okay? And Oberlin has Gato next week, both winnable games.
Both winnable games. Yeah.
And Basile has Maryville next week. All 3 winnable games. Week 10. It's going to come down to
Yeah,
week 10.
come down the weekend.
Yes. Okay.
The Ruse.
You like the Ruse, don't you?
I like the Ruse, man.
You like the Water Tower?
I like the Water Tower.
How
I
about-
do.
Do you like the number 1 ranked team in the state of Louisiana in Division 4 non-select?
That's right. I do.
It's Kentwood.
I like them.
47-13 all over Slaughter Shorter tonight. Congratulations to the Rules. They'll be number 1 again next week.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Watch out for the Rules when they get in the playoffs, Gary.
Oh, yeah.
I see your favorite team in the Dome.
I'll be pulling for them, too.
Gary loves the Rules, if you have not noticed.
I do like them.
Gary, do you love Ruston?
Oh, yeah, they pretty good, too.
How about Big Ruston all over West Washita tonight, 48-6. Watch out. Big Ruston, 7-1, Gary.
Never underestimate anything that has to do with
8-0, Gary.
Yeah, buddy.
I messed that up, Gary.
Yeah, they should be 8-0, right?
Yes, that
Yeah,
forfeit win gets me every time.
I hear you.
8-0.
Wow. Let me tell you something. Ruston has always been tough, but man, lately they've just been clicking.
Yes. They've been rolling here lately. Gary, Braden said it earlier in the chat. you kick the field goal, you go up by 2 scores. Oh, what a head scratcher.
Oh God, I don't understand this. I don't know how their philosophy
Gary,
is.
put the helmet on, turn it backwards, and scream into the helmet.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you can do. Oh my God, it was just unbelievable. I don't understand the philosophy on that.
My heart hurts for the Rebels
Yeah.
right now because what an opportunity to knock off the number 1 team in the state on the road, and St. Thomas More, and doing what state championship caliber programs do. They go 99 yards to win the football game.
You know, STM is hard to beat at home. And when you have a chance to do that, my God, you have to take advantage of it. And you have to kick them. Even if you miss it, at least you tried. But if you make it, that's a 2-score lead you have.
Late in the 4th.
Like, yeah, I mean, come on. I don't know what they were thinking.
I mean, and then if you're STM, I mean, we've seen you come back down from 2 scores before.
We've seen them come back with less than 2 minutes down 2 scores. I mean,
via state championship game.
I mean, unbelievable. But yeah, that was heartbreaking for Turlings, but this was St. Thomas More at home.
Hey, you know who is having a season to remember?
Who that?
Lafayette Christian Academy. Their defense the last 2 weeks, Gary, have only given up 14 points against Turlings and Westgate. We could speak on Juwan Johnson all day and night, any given Sunday. But Gary, this Lafayette Christian Academy defense, 2 weeks in a row against against Turlings and Westgate, 2 teams that are known for offense.
Right.
14 points in 2 weeks. That's the storyline. We know it's a game type numbers when you're playing Madden when Juwan Johnson has the football.
Right.
But the defense, Gary. You want to win a state championship, you gotta have a good defense, and they got one.
They got one now. You hold Turlings, a high-powered offense, to 3 points last week. How'd they do against Westgate?
Gary, this was the hash it out game of the week, so I know JB is going to have a whole lot to talk about tomorrow whenever I call him and find out what happened. But tonight, 49-11.
11
at Westgate.
Oh my gosh.
Night train, you better get on board. Don't get on the edge of it where you could fall off when you hit a pothole in Louisiana. Make sure you get on board, you get a comfortable seat, and you get ready to ride that night train all the way to the Dome in New Orleans.
That's the way it's looking.
Hey, it's revenge tour.
Yep. Ooh.
Uh-oh. Brayton says, LCA was a quiet stadium for a few minutes. Juwan Johnson went down and out for a few series before he returned. Body weight onto his shoulder from a tackle. Scary moment there.
Oh, wow.
Can't afford to lose him.
No, can't afford to lose him at all.
Not with the playoffs right around the corner.
Oh, yeah. That's true. That's very scary.
Gary, what Boosie said, you want to talk? You want to run your mouth? Well, Calvary Baptist set this thing off, my friend.
Oh, man, this was unbelievable. Don't ever
give them
bulletin board material.
Fuel to the fire.
Oh, my God. Not against Calvary. And you know what? They did. And Calvary just had to just put it on them.
Gary, and they kept it respectful.
Yeah.
35-0 shutout over D'Arbonne Woods Charter tonight. Calvary Baptist 8-0. Scary good, my friend.
Oh, God.
Scary
I
good.
would hate to see them in the playoffs.
You know who has an opportunity to see them in the playoffs?
Who that?
The team that's going for a three-peat.
Yeah,
St. Charles.
They got a good shot, don't they?
Upset alert! Upset alert! Write it down. It will be in the newspapers all over the state tomorrow.
Yes, it will.
Terrebonne knocks off East St. John tonight. 21-18. Squeaker, Gary.
Yes.
What a win.
That's probably the game of the year for Terrebonne. East St. John, I don't know if they overlooked them or
Might
whatever. I
Could have
can't
got
say.
looking ahead to Destrehan.
Yeah, you know, but I mean, I'm sorry. That was a very that was a awesome win for them and a tough loss for East St. John.
Absolutely. That's our first upset of the night. Let's go into the next one. When will we have that next big upset of the night? It's coming up.
Yeah.
But before we get there, North Dakota looking like they're primed to get back to the dome, my friend.
You're right.
50-24 all over Huntington tonight on the road, my friend.
Right, and this is at Huntington. It is not, and Huntington's not a bad team. But, you know, hey, North Dakota is North Dakota.
Question is, do you think Rose Pine can still make the playoffs? I do not think they're in now. They needed to win tonight. And DeRidder, I think, has a good shot. Thoughts on Livonia High School. Front seven, I thought was going to be the key to the game. They played well at times. In the fourth quarter, kind of got away from them. And the freshman quarterback and the freshman running back, special talents moving forward.
Right.
I can't wait to see those guys in the near future, what they do for that Livonia program.
I agree.
7-0 Karen Crow at 6-1 Sam Houston. We figured Sam Houston would put up a lot of points here tonight. We didn't think it was going to be this close, my friend. But what a game it ended up being. Karen Crow escapes Bronco country tonight. 49-47. Wow, what a game. Golden Bears, big win on the road.
That must have been a game of just, you get the ball, drive it down and score. Here, I'll take the ball, I'll drive it down and score. It was just unbelievable. That
might have came up to who had the ball last.
Right.
Might have came on a walk-off field goal. It might have came to a failed two-point conversion. We don't know, but congratulations.
Right.
What a win for the Bears.
Unbelievable.
And what an effort there for the Broncos.
Setting up a great game towards the end of the year.
Next week,
You're right.
Fear to Veer.
Look out.
Watch out for the quarterback for Karen Crow.
He's good.
Gonna be a dandy.
Yes, sir.
Tioga Neville met tonight. Neville trying to extend their win streak in district, and no problems tonight over Tioga, 44-13. Congratulations. Another win for those guys. Zachary Central, we talked about that one earlier. Coach is here to stay over there at Central, but the Big Z still rules the area.
Right.
35-28. Watch out for the Broncos moving forward.
You're right.
Brother Martin Rumble, that one lived up to the hype. Big
Sure
time
did.
football game in the Catholic League this week.
Sure did.
Two good teams that know each other very well. 21-16. What a game. Brother Morton, another win. They're getting hot. Santa Mont, Dutchtown. Down goes another undefeated,
Right.
Gary. We had 4 of them fall tonight, and Santa Mont was the next.
Right.
Dutchtown rolled tonight at home for their 6th win of the season, 31-7. Watch out for Dutchtown moving forward.
You're right.
Here's the storyline, Gary. Sam Houston trailed 49-41 and scored with 1 minute and 7 seconds left in the game. They went for 2 and missed it. We figured it came down to something.
Yeah.
Ooh, what a game.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Holy Cross, Edna Carr, the next big one in the Catholic League tonight. Carr, no problems. Roll tonight, 47-17. I guess all the hype and the hoopla over Holy Cross is slowly dying down, my man.
But this is the University of Edna Carr, one of the best teams every year in the state of Louisiana.
You said it.
They're rolling. Look out.
You said it, my friend. Well, would they finish in that playoff ranking? I can't wait to see if they get on the other side of the bracket of some of those teams compared to where they were last year.
Yeah. Well, I'd like if you could spread them out. Look at that, man. We can have some good teams, good games in the dome. It'd be unbelievable. You don't want them all on one side.
Correct,
you want them spread.
Acadiana Southside, Bad Blood Brewing. You know Acadiana wanted this one. You know they got a sour taste in their mouth for a whole year, my friend. Could Southside burn them 2 years in a row? Not so fast. John Curtis pissed off Acadiana last week, and Acadiana had to go take it out on somebody. And I'm guessing those guys are challenged this week, and challenge accepted. 45-12 on the road tonight, knock off Southside.
I said it Wednesday. I said I would hate to be the team that Acadiana was facing after a loss. Every time you face Acadiana after a loss, it's like they come out with their hair on fire. It is unbelievable, and that was an amazing win.
Yes, indeed, my friend. You know what another amazing win was?
Oh, yeah.
This one was for the district title.
Pretty much.
Cecilia, at home tonight, comes back from a big-time lead for the Tigers. OHS had a big lead. Cecilia reeled right back into this one and knock off OHS at the end and stun them by 3, Gary.
Yes.
What a game. What a night. What a win for that Bulldog program.
Correct.
But watch out for both teams going into the playoffs.
Oh man, I wouldn't want to face either one of these teams. These teams are both talented. Both of these teams have the capability to make a deep run in the
Could
playoffs.
we see a rematch in the playoffs?
Could possibly. Could definitely see it.
Great game. Congratulations to the Bulldogs. Gina Bunky, you talked about that matchup earlier. 38-22 final. Gina over Bunky. The punt return late pretty much put clamps on that one.
Right.
And then when Seven started to get his carries in the
my
fourth,
God.
it was a difference maker. But amazing game. Congratulations to Gina. They moved to 8-0, and Bunky falls to 7-1. But Bunky might run the table and finish 9-1.
They have a good chance. I'm gonna tell you right now, I would hate to play this Bunky team. Remember, one's in select and one's in non-select as far as the playoffs. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if I'm gonna face Bunky, I'd be worried because Bunky has a good football team. That quarterback for Bunky is the real deal.
Yes, sir.
But Gina has they have a 3-headed monster. They have number 1, number 7, and number 22, and they can go wide on a speed sweep. They have the power for up and that, and then they throw the ball pretty decent. They're not a throw first team, but man, you better watch it.
Yes,
Look out.
indeed. There, Swallow. Let's go. Games of the night, my friend. UTL games of the night. Start us off.
Games of the night. I'm gonna tell you right now. For me personally, and I'm kind of biased. My first one is Port Barry over Basile. My alma mater did real well. We have a lot of Basile friends that support Under the Lights, and I'm sorry for this, but I'm very excited. This is a big win for the Port Barry Red Devils.
It's a culture change.
It's a culture change for them, and we talked to some of their coaches and stuff over there at Basile, and they saw it too, and they gave us some good praise on that. St. Thomas More making the statement over Turlings coming back.
Game of the night.
That's a game of the night, most definitely one of them. And for me, it's a statement game, but I think it's a game of the night. It's Carencro over Sam Houston.
What a game.
What a game there. So those are the 3 that I have.
Gary Swallow, here's my games of the night, my friend. Eunice edging out the Ritter 21-20.
Right.
What a finish. What a game. Congratulations, Bobcats. Gary Swallow, game of the night, and probably the game of some of those kids in that locker room's lives. Kaplan over St. Martinville tonight.
Yes.
Game of the night.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
St. Thomas More knocking off Turlings by 1 point. The rivalry is still here.
And it's strong. It's strong. Very much.
I like Carencro over Sam Houston also. That was a thriller. When we saw the score, boy, was we surprised, but boy, was we wild.
Right. I mean, and they did this at Sam Houston. It wasn't at the Crow Dome. It was at Sam Houston. So they had to drive over there. And I'm going to tell you right now, that is an impressive win, too.
Gary, I got one more game of the night for you.
What's that?
And it belongs to Cecilia over OHS.
Oh, yes.
A 3-point home win to win the district title tonight. Cecilia over OHS, my friend. I know there's still some weeks to play in the season, but this was your district title game.
Pretty much, yes. And I feel sorry for the Tigers, but man, just
somebody's got to win.
Somebody's got to win. Somebody's got to lose. And that was, I tell you what, a very good ball game. Exciting for both schools. they might, can't ever tell what the playoffs are going to have. So look out. Hopefully they'll, make a deep run.
Gary, let's talk upsets of the night. Let's see if you have any tonight.
I got a couple, and it's not, to me, they're upsets, but not really upsets. But I think Dutchtown over Santa Maud, that was kind of an upset, because I know Santa Maud is actually a pretty decent ball club.
Okay. Knocking off undefeated.
Right. Catholic of Point Capee over St. Ed. St. Ed's had a good running game and everything like that. Good record and everything. But Catholic of Point Capee said, not so fast, my friends.
Okay.
And Amite over Auburn. That's just
Throw
Amite Warriors.
a little love in there. How about a dominant upset? How
Right.
about
That's pretty good. Yeah.
How about a 39-point upset?
Yeah. Well, but I mean, it was it was supposed to be a close game, and it was pretty much not. But I think it's pretty much us because Albany was clicking.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Gary Swallow, upset of the night. I'll take Woodbury over Basile.
You think it's an upset?
Basile has been the standard 1A program here in the last few years.
Right.
And they've been quarterfinal good here the last few years. I think Woodbury wants to get to that level. And tonight they go into Basile and knock them off on homecoming night.
Yeah. I'll agree.
We didn't have a winning record. They did. Upset of the night.
All right, that's right. I'll agree with you.
Terrebonne knocking off East St. John tonight. Down goes the undefeated.
I like that upset of the night. And give me Gary.
We tell you, throw the records out Wednesday, right?
Right.
Kaplan had a better record than St. Martinville, right?
Right.
The newspaper said that St. Martinville was the favorite.
Ooh.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully.
Rightfully so. Until you slay the Giant, they will continue to be the favorites.
Right.
But tonight was the night. How about them Pirates?
Yeah, buddy.
Kaplan over St. Martinville, upset of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Tammy says Oberlin over Elton tonight, 59-16, upset of the night.
Yeah.
A lot of people saw that coming though.
Yeah. Yeah,
The
I
way,
did too.
the way Oberlin picked up a big one last week.
I picked Oberlin to win, and the reason is because of the way they've been playing.
Gary, UTL statement winner of the night.
Who gets them? A statement winner of the night. Who is it?
Gino Babunky.
Gino over Bunky. You like that matchup?
I like that matchup.
They proved they're number one.
Acadiana over Southside.
Bad blood.
But statement, we're still the king. We're still here. You had it last year.
You had it last year. I'm coming to get my revenge this
back.
year.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
Okay.
And Edna Carr versus Holy Cross.
Not even a close track meet.
No, they put a statement out of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Slow down the praise for Holy Cross tonight.
Correct. Yeah, sure did. That's mine.
Gary, I love the Acadiana over Southside statement win of the night, my friend. You had a whole year of that sour taste in your mouth, and you let out some frustration tonight.
Right.
Wrecking Rams statement tonight, setting up a district championship game next week. Gary, I'm going to keep picking Kaplan tonight. Kaplan over St. Martinville. You slay the Giant, statement win of the night.
Most definitely.
Calvary Baptist over D'Arbonne Woods Charter.
Yes. Statement. Big statement.
Statement.
Big statement.
Terrebonne over East St. John. Holy upset, holy statement.
That's right. Most definitely.
And I got Loreauville all over Ascension Episcopal tonight. Wasn't even close.
Right.
That was a good Ascension Episcopal team that they blew out Loreauville statement of the night.
And nobody saw that coming at all. Okay.
Gary, we got helmet stickers to give out. Who would you award this week's
teams with helmet stickers?
Man, I got 3.
Okay.
Gotta go with my Red Devils.
Big Red.
Big Red, a very big win tonight. One step closer to the playoffs. First time in playoffs in a long time. Acadiana for their statement, what they did. And you got to get one to the game we covered, Gina.
I like that Gina game,
That
huh?
Gina game is,
I think you're going to be keeping a close eye on the Giants moving forward.
Most definitely. I've always had my eye on them, but now I'm going to take a closer look on them because they've always been kind of
Hey, you got
on
our
my
attention.
radar. You got it. You're right.
Yes. Gary, here's my helmet stickers for you, okay, my friend?
Yeah, let's do it.
Thursday night, I covered the game. They got their first win of the season. Give me Crawley, my first helmet sticker.
Right. I got
Congratulations.
it. I'll give it to you.
Tonight, I covered Gina and Bunky. Gina won the game. They earned a helmet sticker from me tonight.
Right.
Gary Swallow, obviously, got to put Kaplan helmet sticker knocking off
Got to do the
St.
Pirates.
Martinville.
Yeah. Right.
And Gary, obviously, I got to put in Port Barry.
Uh-huh. You know, you can say what you want. Yes, we love our Devils, but, you know, it's just, you know, we're so excited about them actually changing the culture of it over there.
It's been so many dumpster fire years.
Right.
One more helmet sticker for you tonight, my friend, and it goes to Holly's Lock of the Week. Thank you, Central Catholic, for keeping that record looking pretty damn good.
Yes, yes, yes.
Gary, never too early to look into the future. Here's
we
how
got?
Week 9 is setting up shop, my friend.
Let's get it.
Sterlington at a meet next week. Get ready.
Oh, yeah.
Karen Crow at Acadiana.
Most definitely.
District title.
Most definitely.
Church Point at Kaplan next week.
Mm-hmm.
Logan Sport at St. Mary's for the district title next week.
That is going to be awesome.
That's a big time 1A football game right
Yes,
there.
it is. Yes, it is.
Vermilion Catholic at Central Catholic next week.
Mhm.
Good matchup there. We covered that one last year, my friend.
Yes, we did.
Walker at Santa Mont next week.
Ooh.
2-1 lost teams going at it next week.
Walker's playing some good football, and man, Santa Monica. Ooh, Lordy, it's gonna be tough.
Want to know another tough one?
What's that?
Union Parish at Waspin next week.
Oh,
Ouch. Wow.
That's gonna be crazy.
That's going to be a football game.
Always is.
Glenbrook at Homer.
Yes, sir, Bob.
We thought this could be an undefeated matchup. We're still going to talk about it. East St. John with their one loss at Destrehan next week.
Destrehan,
Big boy football.
the quiet champion that nobody talks about. Look out.
Big boy football,
It's
Gary.
gonna be big boy football. You're right.
Eunice at Leesville for the title.
Pretty much, yes.
Wampus Cats.
That's gonna
Bobcats.
I can tell you, a cat is gonna win.
Peabody versus Tioga next week. That's going to be interesting.
Mhm.
Two teams with winning records. Coaches changed the culture. Tioga, always a good football team, but can Peabody go knock off a third great football team in a row?
We don't know. We'll see.
Neville at Franklin Parish next week. Can they extend their winning streak? Airline at Parkway next week. You want offense?
That's gonna be.
You got it.
That's gonna be who can go, who can do this, who can do that. And, you know, is it gonna be a fast-paced, high-scoring game? In other words, 2 to 3 plays and they score. It might be.
Southern Lab at Kentwood next week.
Oh, my Ruse under the water tower. Hard place to beat the Ruse.
Southern Lab, very capable.
Southern Lab is very capable. But man, the Ruse at home, tough.
Brother Martin at John Curtis next week. Coach is itching extra close to that winning streak. Can Brother Martin spoil the party?
That's going to
They're
be
playing
a
better.
hard match. John T's got his team playing really good. Man,
What a game.
that's going to be something.
Gary Swallow. Spoiler alert. Week 9 Friday night.
Who that?
Under the Lights will have this game covered live on our Facebook page. St. Louis at Iowa live on Under the Lights, my
That's
friend.
right,
Friday
man.
night
Friday
football
night.
will-
We're going to be watching another high-energy ball game that
Two
has
one-loss teams.
playoff standings, applications, whatever you want to call it.
District championship.
They are going to be leaving it all on the field, and I can't wait to see it.
Can't wait to get down to Iowa next week.
Mhm.
some great food over there for sure.
Oh, yeah, they take care of us.
And it's going to be a heck of a football game, my friend.
Yes, it will.
But I'm just glad to be in the stadium to see this one in person.
Right.
And we get to call the game. I mean, the fan in us is going to want to come out, but the broadcaster in us is going to call a good one for sure.
You're right.
Gary Swallow, final words as we close the door here on week 8 and we shift gears for week 9.
Man, all I got to say is that great job to all of the teams that played this week, whether you won, whether you lost. All I can say is hope you stayed healthy. Leave it out on the field no matter what. Do your best. And always have the honor to shake the other person's hand at the end of the day, like we saw a lot of today. You know, you seniors, leave it out there, because this is getting towards the end of the season, and you know, you gotta keep playing hard and doing what you do. We had a great first 8 weeks.
Here we
And
have.
I can't wait to see the last 2 and get ready for the playoffs.
Here we have freaking 500 people watching the stream tonight.
Yes.
They were excited for that matchup.
Yeah, we had a great you know, viewing tonight. Thank you guys for joining us under the lights and making this one of the best nights ever.
Yes,
So thank
indeed,
you.
my friend. It was fun for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for staying up late with us for the recap show here tonight.
Sausage.
I mean, they fed us good over there at Bunky tonight. Hello to the guys in the chat. Jesse, Cody, Mr. I see from the Hash Down Show checking into the chat. What's
Yeah.
up, my friend? And
Yeah.
George Peppers.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see who else is in the chat before we finally close this one out. Devin Stives still rocking with us. Kirk Taylor still rocking with us. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Whatever you have in store, just know week 8 was a great night of high school football, and week 9 should be an in for an absolute treat. Gary Swallow, thank you, my friend, for calling the game with me tonight. Always doing the
Enjoy.
recap show with me. It was an absolute pleasure to bring high school football to the state of Louisiana tonight, because Bunky Gina, boy, was that an atmosphere.
That atmosphere was amazing.
Corey Diaz says, good night, fellas. George Pepper says, just got back from LCA Westgate. Can't wait to hear about y'all recap on that one whenever y'all go live, my friend. That'll be all for now, ladies and gentlemen. Gary Swallow, Jordan Taylor, Miss Holly Taylor sitting in the back. We say good night, farewell. God bless high school football. God bless each and every one of you watching tonight. God bless my friend Gary Swallow. And God bless UTL. See you, ladies and gentlemen.
Go Red Devils.